Hey, everybody. Welcome to Making Connections with Aly. I hope everybody is having an amazing day. We know people tune in from all over places. It could be morning, afternoon, night, whatever it is. I hope you have a good day. I know we got some good rain last night, and so excited about that. We needed it around these parts. And so, as we open up, we show a lot of different flyers of different things going on in the community, typically around the Charlotte, Rock Hill, surrounding areas. So check those out. I'll talk about a couple of others a little bit later in the program when we have our commercials. But definitely check out Mr. Excitement and DJ Blessed. They are every Sunday from 12 to 4 at the Cloud Check Hookah and Dairy Bar in Charlotte, North Carolina. Again, that's from 12 to 4. You got to look up those two gentlemen, Mr. Excitement and DJ Blessed, and follow them. Um, it's Women's History Month, so shout out to all the women who have made history and women who are still making history. And so we'll talk about a few more things as we go through. But today is fourth Saturday, and we know what that means. You see none other than Edgar Trejo Angel of Two Trey Trejo food reviews. We started this at the first of the year. February we came a little bit early because we wanted to get hit Valentine's Day, give you some new places to take your boo and things. But every fourth Saturday will be the Saturday that Edgar is with us. How you doing, Edgar?
I'm doing well, Ali. How about you?
I'm good. I'm good. So you got some exciting places to tell us about today?
Yes, I have three restaurants again. Considering it's March, March Madness and all that. And for those of you who do not know or follow sports, is mostly the college basketballs, both women and men tournaments.
Yeah,
So big, big, big deal, especially for the South.
we
So,
get it in
honor,
those tournaments. Same thing.
huh?
I said they've been getting it in on those tournaments. They've been playing hard. Every
Oh
team.
yeah, those college kids, I mean, they play their hearts out, which is fun to see, especially when you are seeing coaches just as
Right.
passionate about their sport as well.
Yeah.
So it is an entertainment to see, um, but normally people don't want to watch the game by themselves, especially when it's tournaments.
Exactly.
So in talking about that, I have picked three tip restaurants in the North Carolina area. No other states or anything, not today. But these particular restaurants do offer you a gathering of sort for you to go with your pals and go watch a game. It doesn't necessarily need to be, the Match Madness, but they have plenty of room for big parties, gatherings, um, good food, good views, good vibes. Um, Again, this is for after clock, take a little take a little beer, chill, watch a game, watch hockey, watch basketball, watch football. They have good monitors, good screens, good vibes. So in
Yeah.
honor of Match Madness, I decided to do today restaurants where you and your group of friends can go and just hang out. The food is good. The food is finger food ish. So for those of you who still want to eat a lot or eat different things, you can. But at the same time, when you're gathering with your friends, you're at one table, then you're at the other table, then you're at the bar, then you're outside. You like, so you can take
Right. Truly.
so you can take your food everywhere. So these restaurants that I'll be talking about to you today are around North Carolina. Again, all the restaurant reviews that I do, I always try to attach some type of Facebook website, someone for you yourself to see, as well as to give top reviews anywhere from Facebook review to, um, you know, uh, trade, try diversity, try. Oh man, I can't even speak. Trip advisory, or just regular um, food reviews. So again, you can follow me. Just Google my name and y'all pop up. I'm the only Edgar Trejo in the area. So I'm like share, one name. So that being said, we can go ahead and start with the first restaurant if you're ready, Miss Allie, or if you have any questions on my choosing.
No, that is it. You tell people how they can follow you, but we'll get back to that again. So I'm excited because I don't think I've been to a couple of these, so I'm excited to hear about them.
Yeah,
I can't
one.
believe it, Edgar, but no.
Yeah, Miss Allie's been busy. I've been busy. Some of these restaurants I've been because of my group followings. I know Ellie and I hang out a lot, but I do hang out with other people. For those of you who know us, uh, but the upcoming restaurant, if you read the next slide, is Eddie's on Lake Norman. So Lake Norman obviously has a bunch of restaurants that are known for being on the lake. It says it on the name. The restaurant is located in Mooresville, North Carolina, right on the lake. It is kind of like a franchisee type of restaurant. They do have branches in Western New York, Kentucky. Anywhere really there's a lake, they have four restaurants. So it's a Italian slash seafood slash vegetarian. I can't even say that word. Say the vegetable word.
Vegetarian.
Vegetarian. See, I eat my vegetables, but I'm a carnivore, um, so it is a mixture of that. They do have great bars. They have a winery selections for. I mean, this is a place you want to go and just chill. Take your little mimosas on Sundays, or take your little shot of whiskey and tequila and bourbon, and for game days or ladies' night if you just want to drink wines all day. So this place is great for getting together with your group of friends and just chill with great food. So if you can go to the next slide, you will be able to see the outside of it and a couple of views inside and outside. It is rated to like 3.5 star, but now I do have to be honest. This is like a mom and pop management. And for those of you who know, like when it gets really, really, really busy, that's
Mm.
when we just grab something, chill, because the staff is going to be overwhelmed. Don't blame the staff. It's a great place to hang out. Everybody has a good vibe. Things go a long way.
And
So
I'm gonna stop you right there. And because sometimes we do get aggravated with waiting and stuff like that. But if they just acknowledge you and the vibe is good, you know what I'm saying? It's like sometimes you don't even realize you've been there. But like when people don't even acknowledge you and things like that, that's when you just like keep looking at your watch. But it sounds like this place, it's like worth the wait, and it
yes,
must be a line because it must be good. So sometimes it's just worth the be patient, right?
right, right, definitely. The atmosphere is always a 5 point star for everybody. Again, if you're with your group of friends and everybody's vibing, you honestly don't care what's around you, right? As long as you and your little circle is vibing, around you can be fire and everybody's happy, especially with drinks. So they do have a very good bar and a very good bar staff. So that's why they get most of their ratings. Their food rating is anywhere between a 3.4 to a 4.5, only because of the
Selection.
excuse me, mixtures of the food. Not everybody is a seafood person. Not everybody
Hmm.
is a certain type of sauce person. Because it is like a mom and pop management, the food changes almost monthly, weekly. Some days you may have all Italian, some days you may have all seafood related dishes, some days it may be the mixture of the Italian in there. Their menu is big, it's like a big old sheet. So it gets overwhelming at it, and I'll show you some examples on the next slide. But before we move to the next slide, just look at the views. Yeah, if it's a good weather, you can sit outside. If
Yeah.
it's not good weather, but you still want to like, you see all those TVs, all those little hangouts. It's great. They do tournaments there too. They do trivia nights there too. So you don't necessarily to go there for the game, but another great place to get a getaway, go after the office, after factory, whatever. Just go and chill. So that's why I chose this particular place as well. Now the price range does range anywhere between $15 to $50 um, per whatever you eat or drink. Obviously, bar. You come prepared for, uh, you know, open tab night if you wanted to or something like that. Now the mixtures there are differently. So like if you want to mix drinks like a mojito, they can be on the sweeter side than on the heavy side. And what I mean by the heavy side is more alcohol, more vodka, or more juice, more sweeteners. And they use,
Gotcha.
because of the staff they have, they use a lot of prepaid sweeteners. So just, play with the bartenders. They have great staff. They tend to stay at the bar. So go to the bar, get your drinks, then go to your seats. So that's why a lot of their foods are finger foods, like just tap and eat and go. Even the little burgers they have, uh, again, for those of you who are certain type of allergic, because they do carry seafood, they always, some people can't eat seafood, so they always up there straight out what their menu is, what they're allergic are. So for those of you who are allergic, I say this because I do have people in my circle that can't eat nothing with a shell, but I love seafood. So I put that out there.
Right.
You guys can see in this slide, you have, your sandwiches, your salads, your soups, your dinners, your what you are normally standard, yes, but if you go to the website or if you go on there, is like a long list, and you just keep on scrolling because they put everything on the website for you to order to be ahead of the game if you have large parties. But at the same time, they also put everything there because you're not always going to have um, fresh shrimp or fresh crab or fresh oysters. And oysters, you want them fresh. You don't want them sitting out there because all they
Mhm.
do is just barely steam it and you're good to go. So do be careful with the seafood. It is
Mhm.
a moment. So,
So,
um,
Edgar, take this moment, like even like with the oysters, kind of tell them because sometimes you never really know, is it cooked, is it done. If the shell is open, it means this. If the shell is closed, it means that. So, tell them just real quickly about that.
So the shelves, you have pre shelves or right off the shelf bucket. So like if you see the picture right there, that's prepaid. That's already supposed to have the lemon, the salt already open for you. So that person was supposed to like done the work. And what she refers to like why it's open, like let's say you get a basket of shells and they just dump in front of you, like I normally call it like the Bayou style because you
Mhm.
just get a piece of paper and they just dump food on top of the
Yeah.
table. If it's been cooked and steamed and it's barely open, that's good. But if it's like fresh and they expect you just to open it and suck the meat out, and if it's already open, that means the actual animal is dead. So you're not really supposed to eat it if it's like wide open, right out when it's fresh, when it has not been steamed, just washed, because you do tend to, it's like eating raw uh, steak. You got your people that like it blue, medium rare, etc. The same thing with lobster, with clams. Some people like it fresh, like medium rare or blue on the steak. They just all they do is just wash it with temp room temperature water to get the dirt out. And then they're supposed to be like semi sealed or semi open. Those are good lobsters. But if it's like fully open, you don't want to eat that because it's like the animal inside is dead. So you really don't want to eat that. You'd be sick. If it's fresh, like already prepared with lemon, salt, and sometimes mayonnaise, it's supposed to be like gooey and nice, either white, depending on the clam itself. It's either a little nice white with a little pink or a little gray. So it's not supposed to smell like sea. You know, if it smells like sea, we don't eat.
Right. Right. Right.
So that's a good way of notifying. And also the acid in the lemon, if you start seeing like bubbling, that means it's like they literally just opened it up and put the lemon in and it's bubbling. That's just fresh. If it's not bubbling when you get it, what I mean by bubble is like, when you're a little kid and you drink milk and you blow up bubbles.
Mm-hmm.
That's another good sign that it's like fresh because it's
Okay.
breathing.
Okay. Next.
I like seafood and I like sushi, so
I do like oysters and stuff sometimes. It just depends. I gotta be like mindful. But okay, thank you for that.
no
Next.
problem.
Keep
The
going.
next slide, you'll be able to see a more fingerish food that I was referring to with an actual style. So you got your little shrimps, you got your little patties, your shrimp patties, your crab patties on the top left. And then for those of you who like meat nacho styles, they have nachos, they have fries, they have tater tots, and you just put whatever size you want on top. They also can have your standard Bayou dish, which is basically either crab, king crab, or lobster, or what's those things called? They're not lobsters; they're little crawdads.
Oh, okay.
The crawdads are North Carolina crawdads, so they tend to get them right next door. So that's during baseball games. Yeah. So Lake Norman is great for buying local as much as possible, which is great. A lot of the restaurants that I review are local based. Produce, vegetables, as much as they can get locally.
Right.
Again, depending on the market, the season, you yourself have to be educated enough to know, like, if the lobster is 24, almost $50, it's fresh. If the lobster turns out to be like $12, yeah. So you can always range it by the price they have it. And they
Mhm.
have tons of sides. Like they have sweet potato fries, mashed potato, loaded mashed potato. Like you gotta keep on going. They'll make it. So this kitchen, if they have the ingredients, they'll make it. Another good little place to go. But again, if you go to the next slide, you will see why I like this restaurant so much. Look at the views.
Very
Look at
pretty.
that bar. Yes, I drink socially.
Listen, is he? Do he need a drink today or something? It is pretty.
Yeah. The yesterday, as you know, was as things get warmed up, more and more outside is opened up. The bad thing is when it's Lake Norman time, and for those of you who are local, it's packed. Like you can't even drive your boat on the water. It's packed. So that's a rare picture where you can see a blue lake.
Right. Right.
So for those of you who are local, know that that lake don't stay blue for long. And great atmosphere, great places for big parties. So don't be scared that you're not gonna find a place. At the end of the day, your party may end up being someone else's party. They do love to socialize, especially when the bar literally stays open late. So if you are in the area, just grab yourself a taxi at the end. They do they do offer some
Listen,
shuttles.
I
Take
was gonna say
responsibility.
that we are, highlighting these places, but we still want you to drink responsibly. There's Ubers, there's cabs. Get you a designated driver. It's ways to do it. Your boat or your car. Be responsible.
Yes, and because it is a family-oriented management, now what I mean, like, as you hear me talk, even if I do talk about franchises and I say family-oriented management, is mostly because they try to keep their staff family style. Like, yes, you're gonna have your drama with your families, you're gonna have your arguments with your families, and you may see that, and to me, that's entertaining. But at the same time, they know their staff, they know the issues they're gonna run, so they work together to
Right.
whose strengths, whose weaknesses, and they try to make it together. What I mean by franchise style training, it's a standard, customer service script. And sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But when you're trying to get like a vibe going, when you're trying to hang out with your friends, you always want that management style mom and pop. You don't want that franchise style management managing because you gotta be out there in 17 minutes out the door. Bye. next,
Right.
and that doesn't work in a vibing environment. You want there to chill and be chill,
Right.
right? And another thing is, I have no plan. I know plenty of people who have forgotten their cards, like credit cards, debit cards, in the bar, and they'll keep it for you. They have a little luck box and everything, so you'll be okay. So you don't have to worry about it. For those people who like to open tabs, they're really safe. They do really have high security. I know from personal experience because we have certain people in our circle that take their security, so it is safe. And so don't worry about it if you forgot your purse, your wallet, as long as it gets turned into a staff member, they'll be there tomorrow for you to go pick it up.
Listen, y'all be responsible, okay? Don't don't get to that point. Know where your stuff is. But it's good to know that we are amongst friends and good people who will take care of you. But still, help your friends out. Now, if you're with there with your friends, help your friends out.
Right, right.
All right, what else we got?
So the next restaurant is called QC Powerhouse. How will you pronounce that? I always
Poor,
pronounce it
poorhouse.
Poorhouse. It's a little logo of the little doggy. This has 1, 2, 3, 4.5 stars. Um, from where did I pull that review? I wrote the review too from Yelp. Um, so I do reviews at Yelp, Facebook, Instagram, and the other one that I can't pronounce all the time is Trade Advisory. Trade Trap tra,
Trip,
TRIPADVISO.
Trip Advisor.
Thank you. So if you
Now
start
you can't say that all the trips you go on. Oh, good
I had
Lord.
a long night and you know about it.
Moving right along. Next.
So anyway, so when you see my name and you see my profile, and I link it to my Instagram as well. All of these sites are, people don't pay to write reviews here. People don't pay to get those stars. That's why I like some of these. Yes, you have your section for advertisement. Yes, you have your section for restaurants to be there, but trusting for me, trusting the review of someone who's not getting paid to do the review goes a lot farther than reading a review of someone else getting paid. Now, being said that I don't like certain things the restaurant does for us, but I do like reading and writing those type of reviews.
Right.
This particular place, the QC, not the website, the QC restaurant. If you go to their website at www.qcpoorhouse.com, they have this website, or that's how I found about this. A local Charlotte um, webmaster did it for them, and it's really modern, really retro-ish because they did try to keep some of the old style into it with the modern looks and colors of it. That's how I found out about this. Or you can also look them up on Facebook at QC Poorhouse. So they have an actual person doing their advertisement. And as you can see from the picture on the left, obviously it's not real life, it's cartoonish, but that's taken from the picture from the outside. So they do have a great advertisement team, but they also carry great food. So most of their reviews is, again, environment, place to hang out, place to drink, place to watch games. The food itself may not look good on the when you order a salad, but just eat it and do the dressing they make in house, and it's lovely. It really, really is. So, for those of you who like salads, um, they're open just a standard lunch and dinner. They do not open past 1 o'clock. The bar does close at 11. So this is more of a hangout, chill, not a place to go get drunk. um, so if you go to the next slide, again, another restaurant that loves to put everything on the page. Uh, Yeah, this is like a, I told them at one point, if you're gonna get this long, might as well turn it into like a Greek scroll and just rotate
Oh yeah, yeah,
it.
yeah. That would be cool. That would be, you be wanting to unroll it and see what's in there. I think that would be cool.
They do have a little hangout place outside. It is in Charlotte. Um, under have you? I don't know, for those of you who are not from the local area, Charlotte is going through a lot of metropolitan change, is what I like to call it, where not a lot of businesses, like big businesses, are coming, but a lot of little businesses are being made. So that means more apartments. So you have your apartment on top, and then you have your restaurants or stores at the bottom, which I think is great. I would love to go down my PJs and just get and come back up.
Right, right.
So this particular restaurant actually has two apartments on top of it. So I have talked to the people on top. The place is very neighborhood, family oriented, so you're not gonna hear a lot of um, loud
Chaos.
noises or stuff like that. Another reason why they close the bar at 11 o'clock. This is a neighborhood spot, another place to chill after work. They do love their breweries. So if you see the picture on the top, on the right side, on the top, that's a lot of draft beer. Like they go all over and try to bring as much as possible. Like if you yourself are trying to do a beer of some type and you wanted to kind of go out, go to them. They love startups. Obviously, there's a whole business behind that, but again, they have a good marketing team. So if you are a brewery, you want your beer to be known, a good place to go and present it to customers.
Ooh.
Um, Again, they close at 11 for the bar. They stay open until 12. Now, the bad thing about this, I'll say, is again, in Charlotte, it's a city. Good luck driving and parking. But once you find it, it's pretty chill in there. You can hold up a party, maybe 10, 15 people, without feeling that you took over the entire restaurant.
Okay.
They
Cool.
do, again, another millennial restaurant that loves to do fresh stuff, local, fresh. Their menu ranges anywhere between burger, finger food, salad, soups, nachos, your standard bar ratio. Now, considering it is coming up, the only thing I have to say, if is you are going to go and watch like a full game, make sure the game that's playing is your team, because they're not going to switch. You're not going to have like
Right.
ours. We
Multiples.
have Team A over here, Team B over here,
Yeah.
team from another country over here, different sport. No, you're not going to have that. So if they have limited amount of TVs, and they normally try to stick to whatever the vibe is going on at the time. So if you're a Tar Heel fan and there's a lot of Tar Heel fans there, you most likely going to watch a Tar Heel game,
Right.
type of sport. If you're not, and you're like, North Carolina fan, good luck. You might want to find another bar. Because I know how you guys get with the Tar Heels and North Carolina college basketball teams start playing against each other. It turns into an actual.
That's right. We North Carolinians, baby.
Price ranges here anywhere between, again, $15 to $50. The $50 is more on the alcohol, not necessarily the food. So the food can stay under the $20 range. So it's really good, especially for those of you who like to travel around different bars, different atmospheres. Great budget, great budget restaurant to go at. The portions are nice and big. If you go to the next slide, you'll see the portion sizes. Um, Again, you got your burgers, your fries, nachos, your Philly cheesesteaks I like to do versions of. So it is a great place to eat something heavy and then drink your beer. For those
What's
of you,
that next slide, Alan?
who drink, know that if you're drinking alcohol, like your tequila shots, your whiskey shots, your bourbons, you want something smoky, light, not cheesy, nutty foods. For those of you who drink beer, craft beer, you want something meaty, something to soak up the yeast, and that's what they do. So as you can see there, the burger is nice and juicy.
Mm-hmm.
I know I have little hands, but fat hands at the same time, so it's a big bird. If you also can see there, they have their version of um, Feelies. What I mean by Feelies is it's like the actual bun, and then you have your meat, and then your different toppings. There, they kind of made it like a hero style, where you have your cucumbers, your cucumber lettuce salad, your chicken, your queso fresco, and stuff like that, and the one, two, three, one from left to right. And then on the other side, you get your tater tots, your chicken. That's actually chicken nuggets, not tater tots. And then they put the same type of version, Philly on the right, but they put melted cheese, nacho melted cheese.
Oh,
So
okay.
another great place. Every now and then they will have a rack ribs. One of those special occasions, like on a Saturday, Sunday night, the rack ribs, the baby barbecue ribs. They again, mom and pop management, mom and pop restaurant. A lot of people give them bad reviews only because they get overwhelmed. There's a new restaurant. They are learning, so they have the technology side down. They have the flavor down. They do need to work on their management, but come with a good vibe, open mind, and you will leave happy.
Looks good.
Any questions on this one, Allie? I think I'm going really fast.
Mm-mm. No, you're doing good.
I only have one more slide, so I don't know if you want to do a commercial here.
Okay. Go ahead and do your last thought for this one, and we'll do a commercial between
This
this
is my last one. This
this
is
one. Okay. So yeah, Alan, if you get us ready for a commercial, but again, listen, we do these food reviews every fourth Saturday. So make sure you put that on your list. If there's some places you would like us to review, make sure you let us know. You can send it directly to Edgar or to me, inboxes. Put it on the comments of the videos, whatever it is. Make sure you share these. You know, if there's, and again, we want to do some food trucks this summer. We're gonna do, like he says, we do mom and pop places, we do local, we also do places when we travel. So, yeah, let us know if there's some place y'all want us to review. But listen, we're getting it all in. We're doing vegetarian, all of that. So, right now we're gonna hear a song by Clayton Savage, who was um, a cool dude. Listen, Clayton Savage is everything. Y'all look him up. He is like mainstream. He's an OG musical, talented producer. And so, but right now we're going to hear a song from him called Losses, and we'll be right back with more on Two Trey Trejo food reviews.
In my cup, my eyes open wide, and by my side. When money came up broke, I got some money, but I ain't rich enough. Got my hand on the phone, but I ain't gonna dial. Been a minute since I fucked with you, and I ain't gonna lie. We was having fun, we was turning up. Every night we was getting what I had to do, kinda fucked it up. Baby girl, I'ma keep it real. Without Lucas, so I'll disappear. My money don't make us, but I'ma keep it real. I've been looking for a way out, day in and a day out. But the money coming fast, so my foot's on the gas. I got that drink in my cup, my eyes open wide, and by my side. Lord, I know I gotta live like this. When money came up broke, I got some money, but I ain't rich enough. Lord, I know I gotta live like this. You were gone. I was looking for love in the wrong way, getting love in the wrong ways, in the alleyways like the old days. When they noticed you were gone, started coming strong. No, I didn't lead them on, but I didn't leave them alone. That's that I belong. Trying to get a bone, break out before the dawn. Ain't trying to make no video, this ain't for social media. Put your shoes on, it's time for you to go. I got that drink in my cup, my eyes open wide, and I'm by my side. Lord, I know I gotta live like this. When money came up broke, I got some money, but I ain't rich enough. Lord, I know my. Tell your little story on the internet. Got some pictures, you can show them that. Tell them I did this and I did that. That's my baby in the bassinet. Tell them where you got the cash. Cars and jewelry from my stash. I'm locked up and feeling bad, cause you ain't come and see me yet. I'm just being me, I'm just being myself. I ain't wishing you bad, but I I ain't wishing you well. I can be swollen, I can be swelling. I ain't saying I wanted you back when I get out of here. We can be rude, we can be rowdy. You can get mad, you can be pouty. I think your new dude is your old dude. If you mad, we can get bout it. I didn't know room was true. I didn't know we was through. When I got out, walked in the door, pulled out my ready to I didn't know y'all was cool. All of the rumors were true. What the can I do? Get in my car, get in my car. I got that drink in my cup. My eyes open wide, and I'm by my side. Lord, I know I gotta live like this. Some money came up broke. I got some money, but I ain't rich enough. Lord, I know I gotta live like this. Lord, I know I gotta live like this. Lord, I know I gotta live like this.
Telling me to dance, taking a chance. Telling me to dance, taking a chance. Telling me to dance, taking a chance.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Making Connections with Aly. So, the song you heard was Losses by Clayton Savage. Um, he is, like I said, an OG, but you can follow him on Instagram at Red K Records LLC. He is now producing and directing his own thing. S, or you can follow him as S. Well, I can't say C first. CS Red K.
Sorry, I messed you up with that Travis
See,
back
that was you. But Red K Records, listen, Clayton's making music. We're going to continue to produce and, highlight some of the stuff that he's putting out this summer. Lady D Savage, she was on the interview we did with him a couple months ago. So I was excited that she stayed with us. So definitely look up Clayton Savage on all media platforms. Google the man. You'll be interested to know more about him. And then we came with, since we're doing food reviews, but we always highlight this small business owner. But since we were doing food reviews, I was like, well, we got to throw some treats in there. So Cookies Sweet Treats, look her up on Facebook, um, follow her, join her group, like the page, so you can find out when she's doing specials, like for holidays and things like that. She does, like you saw, the strawberries, pretzels, deep fried Oreos, all kinds of goodness, man. And I mean, she's good. Like we have a business logo, and she did our business logo in that bright blue and red. It was awesome. So you definitely won't be disappointed. So look her up. I'll tag both of them in the description of this video. So we have been talking about food reviews every fourth Saturday. Edgar will be with us. To Trey Trejo, that is his business name. And so we have one more restaurant that we're going to be reviewing. And so, Edgar, what do we got next?
The next restaurant is an actual restaurant that you should know.
I do.
Because I didn't even put two and two together until last night when I started dropping off your cousin out. I'm like, oh. This restaurant is in our home city in Hickory. It is called the Old. Depends how drunk you are. So I've heard of both. It is a great food. Huh?
I was just laughing. I never heard that part. OD.
Yeah. I was taken there on someone's birthday at the office. So that's how I found out about it. But I didn't put two and two together until last night. Like, oh. Uh, Basically, it's a tavern just like any other. But what's really cool about this place is everything's homemade, even the desserts. As you can see from that picture, that's a normal size type of serving. You kind of would serve yourself if you did the cooking. You got your cabbage boiled, you got your carrots, like, not necessarily carrots out of a can. You got your beef steak there. So this restaurant, tavern restaurant, whatever you want to call it, it's a great place to go eat something heavy and obviously drink something heavy. They have more of a bar situation than an actual sitting arrangement. So the tables are a little bit small outside the bar because they want people to be more interactive with the bar. Tavern, right?
Yeah.
They have great. Again, this is another place. Like if you and your group of friends pick a team, go make sure that this tavern is showing your team. Don't walk in here without being in your team. For
Right.
those of you who are in the Hickory area, you know why. This also is a place where they love to do and buy local fresh food. They have catering services, they have events booking services. They do have fall and winter services because this is literally a family running it. You can also check out their Facebook, and you can also check out their website. It tells the entire story why they did it, for what reason. They call themselves the 2.0 of our sports bar. And when you walk in, you kind of do feel like it's like a fresh slow because they try to keep everything new. What I call the Disney experience. For those of you who know Disney, everything has to be new. It can't be sitting out there without a fresh coat of paint. That's really what they try to do here. The parties do, however, have to be in a smaller section, so I would say no more than 6 or 7 people,
Right.
and obviously more than two, because if you have like 3 or 4, it can get a little bit rowdy. Us Hickory people tend to be a little rowdy when we have to drink heavy.
Lord have mercy. We have water and tea, stuff like that too.
But this bar does have anywhere between high level blue label bourbon to high level silver label tequila to high level white level vodka. And also they have all sorts of wine, yeah, wines from all over the world. One of their family members actually likes wine, study wine. I don't know quite the name of that wine career is, but they do tend to have wine night. So if you want to experience wine, if you want to learn about wine, go look them up. They do go hand in hand with our other restaurant that I'll be doing a review later, which is in downtown Hickory. So these two restaurants do work in hand, but I wanted to point this one out more because of the March Madness that we're going for. A restaurant for you to go and chill and drink, and for you and your parties. I should probably put like a drink anonymous or something at the end of all this.
Listen, a disclaimer. Listen, drink in moderation.
Now here's what probably, I don't know, we may have to go in and discuss this later. They tend to be the best wings in Hickory, North Carolina. I don't know. When I
Why
went
who
there,
said that?
as their disclaimer, they put it everywhere. I
Mm.
personally have not eaten wings there. Been there twice, and I didn't even see anybody eat wings.
Oh,
If you go to the next slide, their menu is small but big. So they do have, every week they have specials. Every week they have something because it's like more like a kitchen back there, and whoever's in the kitchen It's what they're gonna have. Like you may have, like for example, when I went on Thursdays, there's spaghetti. You got your burgers, your seafood. Um, Fridays, nothing but burgers. Um, so when it's a Sunday night game, nothing but wings, according to some people that went there. So they tend to have a small menu on the sides, but also like a specific day menu. So this is definitely mom and dad, family oriented business. So you know, you do tend obviously things overlap, right, with ingredients or whatnot, but they do have daily um,
Specials.
that
Special.
daily daily specials with
Daily.
daily with daily uh, menus. So you may not always know what you're gonna get there, or if you have like a favorite dish, you may just want to call and say, "When are you gonna make this dish again?" Their desserts are also homemade, so the lady does like to make cakes. So she really enjoys making cakes. So you may get a very juicy. What I mean by juicy is like I'm Hispanic and we do make our cakes smushy, tres leches. And moving to here in America, I've noticed that people don't like tres leches. They like it all
I
dry.
think you just have to let us know that's what it is. Right into it, cause like what happened here? But we do like moist cakes. We don't like dry cakes. We do like moist cakes, but not that moist sometimes.
So what she does is sometimes she lets the bread soak some type of Bailey type of juice.
Mm.
So obviously when you bake it, the alcohol evaporates, and then she also does whipped cream. So it tends to keep the bread non-dry.
Hmm.
um, so she does really enjoy that. So I will go here for drinks and desserts for sure. You can always count on that. If you go to the next slide, you'll see the type of food they have. They even have their own version of shepherd's pie.
Come on, number two in the middle with the egg on top. That
Yeah,
burger.
it's rare when you see that, right? Nowadays, it's like you literally have to ask for it. And with egg prices, you're not gonna find
Yeah.
it with mom and pop stuff, but they still got their eggs, and the price is still the same. So
Okay.
they must be having chickens at the house.
Oh,
It's-
listen.
Again, if you see the dishes, you see how they're served. That's how you serve yourself when you're home. This is not a restaurant that you're gonna see fine dining, but you are gonna get good home cooked meal. Um, their waiters and waitresses, again, is family. If you want to mix drink, you obviously have to tell them what you want it to mix with. Your common mojitos, your common island, your common what is that one with that has a tequila in it? Margarita. Your common top 10 drinks they know, but like if you're the type of person that has a specific name that only high bartenders know, you may want to tell them. But they do have the ingredients for all of that. But again, this is a place for locals. But for those of you who travel to Hickory, I'll definitely advise you to stop by because you will definitely get a very good warm welcome for the city and a very good place for you to taste good home cooked meals, especially for those of you. I know we get a lot of business travelers here in Hickory. So if you want a good home cooked meal um, with a good, obviously beer or alcohol or wine or soda, go here for sure. You'll get the business requirement of being a franchisee, so you can put it on your expenses, but at the same time, you're definitely gonna get a very hickory home style cooking. Another thing I like about these restaurants is they keep themselves modern with technology. So if you, again, for those of you who are business travelers and you need those expense reports, whatever, they can even print you out a receipt days later. If you get your debit card, credit card, phone, as long as it gets turned in, they'll have it. This is another place that one of our common knowledge people have done their security yet. So this is a very good safe place, and the area around it is safe. I just don't advise you to drink and drive, especially on that road. You go and get stopped before you even hit the next light.
The next stuff, like,
You can also check out their website at www.theoldtavern.com. They even have video. They're really up to date with their technology. So you don't have to worry about, oh, it's a mom and pop shop. They don't have the highest security when it comes to payment. Let me make sure I have cash. Don't worry, they got you. They also have a very good security system in and out, so you're completely safe. So you just come in and relax and just enjoy yourself. The only bad thing is the parking tends to be a little bit small, so you may have to park across the street, and obviously your party, you know, you can easily take over the entire restaurant if you have a big party.
yeah.
So if you do that, they prefer that you call ahead and try to open up some room because they do offer catering.
Yeah, and there's like I think a church beside of it. Sometimes people will park at and just walk through, and but they do have just a small bit of outside dining. Now, when you're looking it up, make sure you look up Old Hickory Tavern because there's a tavern down the street, but then there's the Old Hickory Tavern. So they're both on the same road, less than a mile apart. So, um,
We like our taverns here in Hickory because there's like the old Hickory Tavern, there's
Old Hickory
the
Station.
old Hickory Station Tavern, there's
Mhm.
all within the same mile radius,
Listen, I like to eat around here.
right?
Oh gosh. But yeah, so I'm really excited about this part of the making connections leg and the way it's growing and the way it's going. I think Edgar does an excellent job at doing his reviews. He gives you photos, he lets you know the price range, again, whether it's mom and pop and sometimes they might be get a little busy and forget you to be patient, or whether it's like no, go over here, demand your rights, because sometimes they just need, we just tell, tell you what it is. And so, I do hope that, you branch out a little bit. Listen, I think one of the reasons we decided to do this was because, like, we love to travel, we love to see different things, try new things. So I always like to encourage people to do the same. Sometimes you just go to the same places all the time, and sometimes you're sitting at home like, ain't there something else to life to do or to go? And so, hopefully we can show you some of these places and tell you about some of these adventures and experiences, and it'll help you to be encouraged to do the same. Don't you think, Edgar?
I agree. And at the same time, it also allows you to see, for those of you who watch us from the other side of the country, it allows you to see how we live on this side. And when we do go to your side of the country, then you'll see how this side lives when they watch us from that side. So it is
Right,
a great
right.
a great way for you to actually see what's out there beyond your four walls, and your mentality does change when you go out. And a great reason to go out is to eat. So use that to go outside your four walls for you to experience. And another reason we do this is I know some people are like, well, it looks good, but does it taste good? Uh,
Right.
that's why in our little circles we have different type of people that have different talent. One day it was good for me, the next day it's not good for me. The people across the table is good 24/7. The people on my right side are like, no. So we do give you a range of taste buds, so you'll
Yeah.
know not to be afraid of trying something new for sure. And as we keep developing this, we're definitely going to be showing more than your standard burgers and taverns and stuff like that. We are going to keep with the theme. I may even show you 20 restaurants at one sitting, so you may have to click the pause button every now and then. But I will be showing you, especially as summer comes up and more. I travel more when it's warmer in fall than it is in the rainy winter. So you'll see me. And if you want me to go check out a restaurant, As long as it's in the United States, I will and fly just for that restaurant. So don't be afraid of reaching out, and we're always here to make connections.
Right, absolutely. And like I said, if you have suggestions, and especially I'm excited. Listen, I like food trucks. I just think they're the coolest. And
Hand in
so,
hand, that's gonna be something coming.
hint, hint, to Trey. But I mean, I just think they're cool. You can get something small. You can get a variety. I'm always amazed at how do they do this inside of a food truck. So hopefully, there'll be some food trucks that let us come in and dive in and see the behind the scenes. So I'm excited. I think this is a great opportunity, like I said, to show people, a little other piece of the world, and hopefully it'll cause you to get adventurous and try new things because listen, I'm just learning. I'm getting older and I'm just learning that YOLO, you only live once, is so true. And there's a lot of things that I have regretted in my life, but I don't want to live with regrets anymore. If it's somewhere I want to go, I'm going to try to do my best to get there. Um, I'm getting my passport this year because I've been saying that for a couple of years, but it is on the table for sure.
Have you
'Cause
filled out the paperwork yet?
I have about 5 or 10 sets of paperwork, so I'm good on paperwork. So it's not getting the paperwork; it's turning in the paperwork. So see what I'm saying? Now, I know there's dreams and goals that some of you have. Maybe you wanted to open up a restaurant. You thought it would just be too massive. So you'll see some restaurants. Okay, some have 1,000 things on their menu. But some places we go, they got 10 standard things, and this is what they sell, and because this is what they're good at. And so, and maybe you can't afford a building, but you're like, oh, a truck, a food truck, I can start that. So, you know what I'm saying? So, we really want you to venture out into whatever your goal and dream is. It might not even have anything to do with food, but hopefully you'll be inspired by the shows.
Thank you, Miss Sally, for having me, and I hope to see more of you as we continue to do this. And you can always reach me at edgar.trejoangel@gmail.com, or just Google my name and my Facebook, and everything pops up. I'm like Cher, my name.
Listen.
I used to hate my name growing up, but now I love it because there's no one else
Yeah.
like me.
Nobody's like you. See, we venture out, we learn that everything about us is special. Everything about us is unique. God, our parents, whoever it was, God inspired through our parents, put us together just the way He wanted us to be. And we all have gifts and talents on the inside of us. Our names are special. My name is spelled. Everybody, I can tell them my name and they good. They can call me Alicia all day long. They be like, Allison. I'm like, why you been calling me the right name? Why now you look at it and you think it's different? Okay. But it's okay because that's the way my name is spelled. That's who I am. It embodies me. And so again, we are making connections with Allie. We are here every Saturday at 12 noon, every Monday at 2 p.m. Edgar, the food review show is every fourth Saturday. So put that on your calendar.
Those chairs portrait.
Yes. And we are, like I said, here every Saturday, every Monday at 2 p.m. Listen, and then we do on Thursday nights at 7 p.m. We've been starting to run because we have material, we have shows. So on Thursday nights, we do replays of our previous shows. Maybe maybe it's a special time of the year, breast cancer, domestic violence, things like that. And we have such good content. So we're replaying some of those shows on Thursdays at 7 p.m. So tune in. Make sure you like, share the videos, like our pages, follow us, and go to our YouTube channel, Making Connections with Allie. We're looking for subscribers there. Anything you'd like to say before we go, Edgar?
Nope. Just great to be here. Can't wait for the next time. Hint, hint, might be food truck. Um,
It's
or maybe
definitely
not.
coming.
But definitely you're gonna. I have a couple of ideas we could explore, and at the same time, we do restaurant reviews for you. But if you are a restaurant and you want us to be here,
Yeah.
let us know. I do have a lot of resources that will help you as a restaurant as well. As I mentioned, some of the as I was reviewing today's restaurants of how I'm finding the restaurants and what resources I have. So again, for both sides, customer, restaurant, reach out. I'm here to help.
Yeah, and marketing and different things like that. Like if you're a restaurant or a food truck and you're just like, how do I get my name out? I mean, yeah, reach out because there are resources, and we might know a person who knows a person. And so, again, we are trying to help. So, again, I think that's it for today. I gotta talk to Edgar because I've been thinking about May. That's our anniversary. It will be our 5th year anniversary, and I think we're gonna celebrate it that weekend, that fourth weekend. And
Okay.
so we're gonna talk about what we're gonna do. So y'all stay tuned. It'll be great. So until next time, as always, we're leaving you with love, positivity, and good vibes. Have a great day, everybody. See you.